Right, it's time to cut this. I thought I'd bring you with me, so it'd be all your fault if it goes wrong. Okay, I've trimmed it up, trimmed all the batting back, and it's roughly 24 that way by 12. So initially I thought I would fold it into quarters, or like that and like that, but that's going to be too small because that's only going to be, I don't know, you know, 6 by 6. Yeah, I think it's going to be too small because by the time you take into account the seam allowances, it's only going to be, I suppose it'd end up 5 by 5, but that's so small. No, I'm going to do it the way that I've decided. Stop trying to make me do it the other way. So instead of going that way, what I thought I'd do is fold it in half that way, and then they would be 8 inches basically. Yeah, because 3/8 are 24. So I'm not going to measure because it's not quite 24. I'm just going to fold it. I know this looks a bit bizarre, but it's the way I do things. Okay, leave me alone. I'm happy in my little world. See, I think that is a nice size for either a oh lordy, a odds and sods pouch type thing, you know, if you're a knitter or a stitcher, whatever. Sorry, my ruler's misbehaving. Stay there. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to blind cut it. It's going to hurt. If it all goes wrong, it's not my fault. I mean, obviously you can see the flowers, but you're not going to see. So I should basically get 2, 4, 6 because that plinking floorboard. I'm going to back it with this, which brings in the silver colour, although I did put silver paint pen on here. I don't know if you can see the silver there, but I thought that would bring in, and that'll be the backing fabric, and I think it's going to look quite nice. It might not, who knows. I can't get you over on my sewing table, it's so dark over there. I'm gonna have to try because I haven't got enough room here. So bear with. If the camera will pause. Right, I don't think you're going to see it all, but you're going to see a fair part of it. And actually, it actually looks really bright on camera. It's really dark normally. Right, so basically I need to cut this in half. It is exactly 12 inches, so I'm just going to use my 6 by 24 ruler, and I'm going to cut it down the middle. And we're going blind. Are you ready? Breathe. Because it's quite thick in parts because of the felt. Did you go all the way through? Yep. Right, so we're in half. Whoa, scary. Yeah, as I say, it's not quite 24. It's about, what's that, quarter of an inch, half an inch off. So if I do sort of 7 3/4 inch wide, that should do it, shouldn't it? Right, let me mark that. One might be slightly different. It's just, you know, whatever. 7 3/4. I know I should put my blade away. Don't shout at me. I know. 7 3/4. So what does that make you? Oh, that's not bad. It's almost 7 3/4. Right. What to put your ruler down for? Let's grab that one. It's such a palaver, isn't it? Let me stay over here, but you'll see more. Just want to get it on a straight line. Just make sure we are roughly lined up. Why does that always happen? It's a new blade as well, which is annoying, but it is quite thick though, I suppose. Let's get you lined up on a line before we cut you, shall we? There's a novelty. I think I'm going through 2 lots of felt there, yeah. Right, you ready? 1. I'll get you off the thing and put you down here. You can have a good look. Okay. Right, let me pause you, otherwise you're going to wiggle like mad. Right, well, I'm not unhappy. I stand on my tiptoes, I should be able to get you all in. That's quite different. So yeah, still going to lose a little bit in the stitching process, but I think that's quite good fun. I love that one actually. Well, there we are. Right, so that wasn't so painful, wasn't so hard. So now we've got a nice size, what I call a nice size pouch. As I say, I'm going to back it with that grey fabric. I need to cut that next. And we'll put a zip in. I don't think I'll do a box bottom. I suppose, yeah, see, like that one I could do, because I'm not going to lose any of the flowers. And that one I could do if I turn it that way. Yeah, see, I don't want to lose, see, those 3 I could. And I might even get a, no, I wouldn't want to do that one. So maybe, yeah, I don't want to do that one either. Okay, so maybe I'll do these 3 with a box bottom, because that'll make them a little bit shorter anyway. Although I'm going to lose that flower. Maybe I'll just do those 2. Because they've got a definite, although I'm going to lose that one. Do you know what? I'm not going to do any box bottoms. They're just going to be straight. They'll be straight up and down coin purses. And there we are. Right, I'm going to cut the other fabric and get one sewn, and you can have a look and see what they look like. Back in a tick. Right, I'm just about to start sewing the last one, but I think they're looking great at the moment. I'll do a close-up on them all. I've just got one more to do, so I thought I'd do that with you. I'll probably put you on fast forward. Hello. Yeah, so I'm going to angle you down now so that you can see the sewing. Sorry, I've got to get my hand in front. So what I did was, with all the zips, this wants to fray as soon as you look at it. So I have overcast the top edges. That's why I put the clip there so I knew where the top was. And I did do, I think it's called butler method, where you do that kink out, and it gives you a really nice end on that end of the zip, if that makes sense. Probably not. And I pre-cut all I've done a raspberry lining, and then I mass put on my labels, because that's the one I always forget to do. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to stitch. You can watch, and yeah, I will put you on fast forward, I think, because it's easier basically. So I just like to make sure that that metal bit is right out the way of where I'm going to stitch, which will be about there. So yeah, it I don't know, it's probably about an hour and a bit yesterday, and then I don't know, about half an hour today so far, maybe a bit longer. I don't know, I've got an Eleanor here at the moment, so, and the cat is being absolutely freaky. I don't know what her problem is. Well, I do know what her problem is. Eleanor is sat in her seat, which she's not happy about. Oh, I did a well, they're calling it peach on the colour card, but it's almost like a rusty yellow basically. So I've luckily had zips exactly to the right size and the right colour. It's always a bonus. Right, I'm going to stitch, you're going to go on fast forward. I don't know what was going on with that zip there. That's being very awkward. Never usually have that problem. So, sorry if you heard my granddaughter shouting out just then. I clearly hadn't got it in the right position. Then I had that on the wrong foot, on the wrong side. It's always as soon as I turn the camera on, I turn into an absolute pleb. Oh dear. Never mind. I know you don't mind. Right, you need to come right down. Alright. It was a bit of a battle, but we got there. Right. Stitch these all together. Let's make sure our zip head is inside. That's always helpful. Line up. don't know if you've seen these before. They're called hump jumpers. Okay, and I find it incredibly useful for when you get to this thick bit here. Just going to slow the machine down a tad. Leave the needle in, put the hump jumper underneath. I'm hoping the lighting's alright. It's about to pour with rain. And just let it sort of go through. It stops it doing that flop bit, if that makes sense. We've got a bit of a vignette going on here. I push something. Oh dear, sorry, it's probably looking really weird. I've hit something on the phone, I don't know what. I'll give up. Technology and me, we just don't get on. It's as simple as... And the other thing with this fabric is it creeps. But I love it, so I'm persevering. So, yeah, it's crept. So just stitch this bottom bit. I'll chop that off in a moment. It's weird because the sides are all right. Right, let's go from this side and then hopefully... Mackerel, do not come over here. Good. Sorry, the cat's here. She's got the because... I think I said, didn't I? Yeah, Eleanor sat in her seat. Let me see if I can get rid of that vignette thing. Hold on. Right, crisis averted. Broke a needle. Cat invasion. All happens here, you know. Right. Shall we continue? Ay. Right. Now the one thing I have been doing is, you can see this is super frayable fabric, so what I have been doing, I'll just trim this up. I must have cut this one wrong. It does happen with me. I have been zigzag stitching because the last thing I want is for them to come undone, as in, you know, in the seams. So I think all is best. Never had a needle break on a zip before. Not these plastic zips. The metal ones, I don't use them because they scare the life out of me. Let's see if that's mucked up the alignment actually. Yeah, you see it just wants to fray. Hence the reason all of them have been zigzag overlocked basically. Let's get the corners off the liner. My room is an absolute tip. I need to go down and get the vacuum cleaner and vacuum this room. So, did I leave the zip open? Yes, well done. I do try to remember. Otherwise it is a battle. Find if I pinch and pull. Usually it's less of a drama llama when it comes to doing poking out. And then I'll take you over to my normal desk and show you all 6 little bags. They turned out really cute. I'm very pleased with them. So I have adopted that. I think it's called the butler method, where you turn the ends back on themselves basically. There's the inevitable threads. That seems to be fairly okay. Just pokey poke with the corners a bit. Got to be careful because this one, it's quite easy to go through this fabric because it's quite open weave, but it feels, and I think it looks amazing. So let's just do up the back to straight stitch. Just pop it like that. Can hear Eleanor cleaning my carpets. Crack on, kid. Well done. I've got this scraper thing, and it works mainly for the cat hair, and she loves doing the carpets with it, so I'm like, you crack on, love. I'm not going to stop you. Saves me having to bloody do it. Oh, I hate my carpet. When I first moved in here, I said to her, can I have laminate flooring? Because my daughter had this house before me, and she must have priced up laminate flooring and went, no, and I had cream, almost white carpet. It has been a blooming nightmare. Whoa, okay, calm down, love. Yeah, it's been a nightmare to keep clean because you come in, well, you got a little bit of a hallway, but you're more or less straight in. So I've always had the habit of taking my shoes off at the door anyway as you step in. So. But even so, it's a pain. Yeah, you see, you get that nice open end. I'm just going to keep, you have to give it a little bit of a wiggle just to make it sit nice. And then it sits nicely on the end. I love that effect. It's much better than having that both ends. And I don't like the little tab things. They, to me, they're awful because they limit how much you can open the inside. If you imagine if you had a tab there, you'd only have an opening, what, about that big? Whereas with this one, it's almost like a wide open. It's a really good method. Right, let me get you over to the other desk.
Hi.
Oh, cheapers. You scared the life out of me.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, all right, Els, thank you. Right, let's take you back to the other desk. Right, I didn't have a heart attack after my granddaughter approached me from behind and I didn't hear her. So anyway, so there's one. As I say, it feels so nice on the back. It really does. Yeah, well, they're pretty identical apart from, you know, obviously the outside design. They're all lined with that lovely raspberry and they've all got the same colour zip, which I thought went really well with the peach colour. See? Peach. And then, yeah, they'll say raspberry inside. Right, so there's that one. There's that one. They're so cute. They feel lovely. It's all squishy as well. So, and that one. And that one. You're bigger. No, you're the same size. It's very deceptive. And that one. Yeah, cute. Red threads, of course. So there we are. From that one piece of fabric, I've ended up with all these cuties. Ta-da! Right, I'll put this video together and yeah, I'll see you on another one. Bye.